stuff, the Reopen California. I was down there for a couple of ones, and I was so mad. The one time that Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell, all those dudes rolled up, I was out of town, but I watched it. And the thing that was most impressive to me, and Tito, you might remember this, is they were all lined up. It was just beautiful vision of American citizens standing up. And he said, "Not 1 inch." That's right. And they sent a clear message. And we need to send that same clear message as Americans here, that we're not putting up with it. And I want to bring up, which I'm so stoked, the first person I contacted actually to put this event together. I saw him speak out at the Hawk Ranch events. Anybody roll out to that Hawk Ranch event? Out in, wherever it is, Riverside, no, okay? Yeah, Marietta. It was awesome, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And Major Williams is born leader with an entrepreneurial spirit and a history that tells the story of the American dream time and time again. For the past 10 years, Major's been politically active, engaging in community outreach, and speaking at town halls. As governor, Major intends to restore the essence of what California truly is and address policy that will make life in California the best it can be for all citizens. Under his leadership, Major Williams will bridge the divide between Californians, guide them to the right path, and usher the state to a new bright future. And literally today, he was able to show up. So I want to give a big round of applause. Welcome out Major Williams for governor.
Hello, California! So one thing that I recognize going up and down the coast of California is that we are unified in one thing right now. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, a Republican, decline the state, first-time voter. We are unified in frustration. Can I get an amen? One of the main reasons why I decided to run for governor, because I was pushed to do it. But on the other side of it, I don't know if you all know, I was the president of the new California Governor Committee. And the premise of this particular committee was to find the next Republican governor. Wait, it gets better. As we did these interviews with different candidates, and we were talking about the plight of California, SB 276, SB 277, AB 5, and all the policies that were so detrimental to our state, families leaving. And we also came to the conclusion that in a decade, we have more people leaving California than actually coming to California. And California is a top brand of all states, is what I know. Do you guys agree? And so during this process of vetting different candidates, after every single one of them, they would basically look at me because I have so much enthusiasm and I love this state. It changed my life. It changed the trajectory of my mindset. I met my wife. I have my beautiful family and kids here. And they said, "Major, you should just do it." Now, mind you, if you know anything about my history, I ran for mayor of Pasadena. There was a rumor that said, what was a bet, that they said I would get only 100 votes in Pasadena, California. So me having a sports background and being competitive, I said, I'm going to get 200 votes. But the thing about it is, what they didn't take for granted, what they took for granted, no different they took for granted Donald Trump coming down that escalator, is that I'm rooted in faith, I'm rooted in God, and I'm rooted in hard work. Can I get an amen again? So everything that's happening here today shows us that we are ready to be united, we are ready to fight, and we are ready to stand up for California, for our cities, for our counties, for our families, for our neighbors, and that's what's most important. And so the ultimate thing happened to me. As I said, I'm God-led in everything I do. And I have a grandfather, his name is L.J. Dean. He passed away a few years ago. But in my life, he was my hero. He was the strongest individual I've ever known in my life. And when he spoke to me, which he was a man of, he wasn't a man of many words. And oftentimes, God uses different symbols, people, instances to speak to you, more so me when I'm going through a tough decision or I'm facing certain obstacles in my life. It was a late night, 4:30 in the morning, and I'll never forget, and I share this story oftentimes when I'm doing meet and greets and fundraisers, so you probably heard it before, but it's so significant to why I'm standing in front of you right now with all this great momentum. He came to me in a dream, and he said 2 words to me. Step up. 2 words. I woke up in a cold sweat. I'm shivering. I'm sweating. I tap my wife and wake her up. She was not happy. It's 4:30 in the morning. And I explained to her what just happened. And my wife knows. She knows that anytime I tell her my grandfather is talking to me, she knows that it's time to pray. So she immediately grabbed my hands. We prayed for 2 minutes. Once I opened my eyes, I knew that I was going to be the 41st governor of California. So, Major, how are you going to win in California with all those Democrats? Republicans don't vote. They don't get behind candidates. How are you going to fundraise? How are you going to be governor if you've never been governor before? We hear it all, right? They said the same thing about Donald Trump also, right? They said the same thing about Donald J. Trump, right? It takes lions to exist in this political space right now. Lions to exist in this political space. So one thing that I understood is that I was no longer going to be in a stance of frustration, complaining about what this person should do, what this policy should say, what this person should do, or I would do it like this, or I would do it like that. So instead, I decided to take myself out of the stands, just like everyone out here today, join the field, the battlefield, suit up, and become a player in our political environment. 62 days ago, I ran for mayor. I started 2 years out. I had 8,000 followers on my Instagram. 62 days ago. Fast forward today, we have over 127,000 followers. We have a private Facebook group, over 133,000 followers. We have a 50-year-old woman coming up to me 2 days ago with tears in her eyes. She's never voted before, and she said, Major Williams, I am voting for you because you represent a different brand of leadership for California. So feeling that energy, seeing this enthusiasm, excited, I want to tell you guys, I embrace this in a way that you've never seen before because I enjoy being a candidate. But I'm also going to enjoy being the next governor. Oftentimes, when candidates come and they speak, I say, you have to enjoy the process. Everyone always asking why you smiling so much and why you have so much enthusiasm, because I love California and I had a vision to let me know what we can do collectively together. And it's going to happen collectively together. So we have to make sure that we stay focused, that we stay vigilant, that we tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. That's how we're going to win. We're going to create a movement. Do everyone agree with that? So I'm not going to take up too much time. I can't even see the teleprompter here. All right, I'm sorry. But in all honesty, I wasn't supposed to be here today, so thank you, Russ, for allowing me to share this day. But I was supposed to be here today. Absolutely. So I missed the flight to Sacramento due to security reasons. Obviously, my wife reminded me, she said, you're not running for mayor. You're not your normal self. You are running for the top brand of all brands, which is California governor. So you have to be mindful because 6 days ago, I had a liberal woman come up to me in a sea of 100-something people waiting to speak to me and want to fight me because I wasn't wearing a mask. Now, mind you, I'm 6'2". I know how to pack a punch, but not for a woman. So I said, it's not going to be fair because you're going to get me on camera running from you. And that's going to go viral, so we can't have that. So thank God for my amazing security that was able to shield me away from all that embarrassment. So this is what I want to make sure that we understand. We're going to have fun with this election. I know there's so much going on right now that we can easily be frustrated about because so much is happening to us. Signing bills like SB 145 on 9/11. But we are going to embrace this in a very different way. It's time for a different brand of leadership and a different culture. And it's time to think major about the future of California. So the last thing I want to share, 2 weeks ago, I was at a fundraiser. A gentleman stood up during the Q&A, and he said, Major Williams, your campaign is actually listed as the fastest rising Republican candidate in California's history. So mind you, me hearing that, it doesn't give me a big head. It makes me hit my knees and start praying because what I sought to do is actually working. It's only working with your enthusiasm, your support, telling a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. I wore my Trump shorts yesterday at the pool. And a guy came up to me and he whispered, "I love your shorts." I said, "Say it louder." He said, "No, I love your shorts." I said, "Come on, man. Say it louder. I love your shorts." That's what we have to inspire people to be bold. There's no more silent majority. No longer will I tolerate that. We are trying to save California people. So it's going to take a candidate that's not going to waver, that's not going to run, that's not going to cower, that's going to lean into it, it's going to stay on the offense. I don't have to do defense. We have other allies to be able to do that. We're going to fight. We're going to take this seat, and we're going to restore California. My name is Major Williams. I'm going to count on your support. MajorForGovernor.com. Together, 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 together is the key word. Everyone here today is donating $10 to our campaign every single month. Fuels my energy and our drive and our gas tank to go up and down this coast to resonate with people so I can do things like this as far as pop-up. I went to Sacramento, did a pop-up. In 3 hours, 700 people showed up, wrapped around the corner, trying to get familiar with me and my policies. And I stood there for 4 hours. Sal, I stood there for 4 hours, right? 5 hours, took every single picture and answered every single question. Because what I want to do is be that rippling effect to show you that I'm willing to earn it, meaning your support, your trust, and ultimately your vote. So I will be here a little bit today, walking around if you want cards, additional informations, tough questions, bring them on, I don't care. I'm here to do the Lord's work, and I will be the first politician to hang my hat on the fact that I will be sworn in on the Bible and not a comic book. God bless our soldiers, God bless this country, and God bless California and all of your patriots. Thank you.
All right, guys, give it up for Major